Good evening from the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your forecaster Jeff Monk looking at the planning outlook for a week or so ahead. Broadly speaking, it is going to be a colder week than what we've had. Over the last few weeks, we've had really quite a seesawing of temperatures, some very mild periods, stripping snow off the mountains, and then short periods of cold weather, which have really only been marginally cold enough for winter conditions for any length of time. But particularly on the Scottish Highlands, there will be a prolonged period through this coming week where terrain on higher areas is frozen. And even on lower slopes, it will frequently be frozen. Some nights will be frost into the valleys. A little bit higher temperatures on average further south into England and Wales, but even here there will be periods when higher summits are intermittently below freezing point. There will be precipitation through the week, so I think most mountain areas are going to see at least some snow, although there will be periods of thaw over England and Wales, except perhaps on the very highest summits where there may be minimal thawing. I'm going to take you through some charts very quickly. These this time courtesy meteorcentre.com, and I've chosen these charts because they show what we call a type of precipitation. The green is basically rainfall on lower slopes at sea level, whilst the yellows and the blues that turn up are various types of freezing precipitation that might be sleet, might be freezing rain, that tends to be red in colour, or just the plain blue, which tends to be snow. So this is Sunday, the middle of the day. There's rain spreading eastwards, but it is turning to snow over the higher areas of Scotland, and possibly just a little bit of snow on the very highest summits further south. But note out to the west, much colder air with snow showers. By Monday, those snow showers, a bit more broken, but they will have got into the country. The models aren't brilliant at showing snow showers, but they tend to be rather more than what they show. But particularly, I think southwest Scotland, Irish Sea coast, and probably West Wales having quite a lot of showers, at times coming in one after another. Some heavy ones, some hail, some snow, rain really on the lowest slopes, even the odd rumble of thunder over western Scotland, possibly near the North Irish Sea. The wind's not as strong though, and that's going to be a feature through the week. We're going to have low pressure, but there will be areas between the areas of low pressure when on some days the winds are light. Our main struggle is to get the low pressure centres in the right place. On Tuesday, something in an area of low pressure coming in off the Atlantic might come into southwest Scotland. It might run a little bit further south. Cusps of precipitation round it, again readily turning to snow on any high ground. But note, northern Scotland. And I do think that from Tuesday onwards, although we will have general low pressure, the wind direction will be such that across the northern half of Scotland, it is frequently dry. Not every day, and it does depend on the tracks of the low. Notice there are cusps of stronger winds where the isobars are close together, principally mountains near the Irish Sea. Going quicker through now, you'll again see that there's holes in the isobars, in other words, light winds in some areas on Wednesday. I'm sure that this won't be precisely where the low is, but the pattern is going to look like that. On Thursday too, areas of low pressure over Southwest Island might be a rather more definite low, or even a more definite low off western Scotland. So again, showers, cusps of rain coming in, or precipitation, readily snow over mountains, but areas of dry weather. So it's very much a mixed week in terms of precipitation. Later next week, very speculative, but again, you'll see there are several low pressure areas. This particular model happens to have the deepest in the southwest approaches. That may not be the case at all, but again, betwixt and between the various lows, there will be areas of benign but frozen conditions. So once we get to Tuesday, total rainfall across Britain, not varying very much from place to place, and not really much additional precipitation over the mountains compared to low-level areas either. As far as precipitation is concerned, the next 4 days until Tuesday evening, this is the Precipitation accumulation, the greens are basically 10, 15 millimetres or so, half an inch in old money accumulation, whereas the yellows and going into the oranges are accumulations of going up towards 60 to 90 millimetres. So in the next few days, it's those western mountains that are going to have considerable precipitation. But as I say, after that, precipitation overall a good deal lower. Finally, I'm going to finish with some freezing level charts. It's the dark blues where the freezing level is below about 900 metres, where perhaps we are most interested. This is Sunday. These charts courtesy meteoseal.fr. Colder air coming into Western Scotland. The change by Monday. Colder air across all mountain areas, very low freezing levels indeed, just a few hundred metres across the Scottish Highlands. I say midday by Monday because the last two charts I'm going to show are for the mornings. This is Tuesday morning, and those dark reds are basically freezing levels down in the valleys, in the glens of Scotland, the valleys further south, and basically it's saying it's a frosty start widely. Freezing levels going up to a few hundred metres during the day, but on higher slopes the terrain will be frozen. And Wednesday morning, same sort of thing. Where the frost is going to depend on where you are between the lows, where skies clear and the winds drop. But broadly, frost much more likely across the northern half of Britain. So the frost going away during the morning, low levels going up above freezing point, but above a few hundred metres, remaining at or below freezing point most of the day. So I do think that over the coming week there should be some good walking and even winter conditions over the mountains. So do enjoy the mountains this coming week.